Welcome to the Day Trader and Swing Trader Setups watch list, where we look at stocks that broke out on our intraday alerts at the premium alerts at swingtradersetups.com. Intraday alerts create great day trading opportunities as well as carry forward for future days tradings on these breakout stocks. What we do is we review the live alerts that came out intraday on our website for our premium alert subscription holders. We'll keep up with 475 stocks there, and for the breakouts and the breakdowns, they're time stamped with the price, time of the alert, and the time of the post. And also sometimes, like UPS shown here, actually has been on the bull zone for about $7 from several days ago, and this morning it gapped down, and so when it came through the current bull zone breakout, it gave another great alert for an intraday trade setup. So we're reviewing those alerts from our watch list of 475 stocks, as well as scanning for 5 through 5,000 stocks at the end of the day for other alerts similar that came out on different stocks off of our watch list. By subscribing to our service, you're available to see these alerts as they come out early in the mornings or throughout the day. That gives you time to come in and review, see which stocks you might be interested in setting up a swing trade on. We even have these on a weekly alert, and weeklies are really for the long-term swing traders a better setup on a weekly alert, and for multi-day trade swing traders, these daily breakouts. You also have time to go select some options if you're an option trader before the close of business, since the video comes out after hours. Now we're going to take a quick look at the watch list for the stocks that triggered today, then a quick 3-minute tutorial on support and resistance levels that are on our charts for the new viewers, and then we'll get right into the complete list, and we will go through chart by chart and give you a 10-second view of each chart so you can see what might or might not be at support and resistance levels on these alerts. Thanks for watching our video. Subscribe to our channel while you're here. Okay, we don't have no big list today. Got 18 on your daily. Give you a chance to pause and look at that. Remember, the bull zone trigger price is right here, and as we go through them, we'll show you, like in the case of Amgen, it triggered here, way back here several days ago. It triggered again after this rest for 2 days. But like if it triggered again now, it's so high, we wouldn't be interested. So that's why we're going to go through and give you a chance to glance at the charts. Here's your bear break for the day. You only got one stock on there. Your weekly bear list probably has grown slightly today. Bull list, excuse me. Weekly bull list. And your weekly bear list. We're going to look at the weeklies first. We'll be right back after we do our 3-minute intro so that new viewers are reminded about what the lines mean. It takes about 3 minutes. This is a mini tutorial on what the lines mean on my charts if you're a first-time viewer or been a while since you viewed. We're scanning on weekly and daily charts for my condition. When this green line is up, it's my bull zone, and when the red line is up, it's my bear zone. You need to be aware of support and resistance lines and what charts do at levels, and that's what these levels are for. Just quickly as I can do this, and we're going to put a video on YouTube getting more from your swing trading charts that'll be more detailed and look at more stocks, how they react to these lines. But the gist of what you see here is this is what I'm scanning for. And as you can see here, this showed up in the bear zone. It did go down for a few days, but these green lines are support. And that's why it fought for a few days, tried to bounce back up, headed back down again, came right back into the bull zone, a bear zone, excuse me, and continued on down. Now the lines, here's what they represent. A green line is a place that a stock went up to and rejected. So as this green line redrew itself every time we made highs right here, and then it stayed across here for reference points, continues the same line here for reference points. Resistance, when you get above it, becomes support. This green line was drawn way back in the history, and when this stock broke above this resistance level, when it came back down, it held it, it held it, it held it, it tested it and held it again and again. That was support. That's why I want you to be aware of what these lines mean. You'll see them on my charts. And then the activity that stocks do, sometimes they go, that's my first target, that's my second target. Many times stocks go target 1, pull back a little, target 2, then they may pull all the way back to 1 and go again if they're continuing an uptrend. In this case, it did the pull back. This blue line is a 50-period moving average. This orange line is a 200. So that's what I want you to be aware of as well. And then I have a pivot system that consists of this blue line at the top, yellow line at the bottom, and my target 1 and target 2. You'll see this particular day this stock gapped down, huge gap down, open way down here. The low on this stock was 169.68. I'm getting that right out of this box over here. And the value of that yellow line was 169.67. Within 1 cent, it held that line and bounced that day for a huge bounce. It's not a support level, but it's where I look for stocks to try to hold. It's where I look, if I'm short, say from here, this is where I'm looking to get out. I'm looking to move 2 levels, target 1, target 2, going up, target 1, target 2. The pink lines all represent places the stock has gone down to and bounced. This pink line is referencing this last pivot low. So as you're selling down into it, it may bounce again. If you get below it, then it becomes resistance. And that's all these lines mean. I just want you to know what they mean going forward. Thanks for watching the video. Let's get started. Okay, we're on a weekly chart of LITE. This had already triggered yesterday, so you got just a repeat there. The stock was actually down another $1.10 today. From the trigger price down $3.38 total so far. This is our weekly bull breaks. AGIO broke out here. Remember, this stock actually broke out 2 weeks ago, so it was like a rest week and continuation alert. From the continuation alert, it's up 448. From the original alert, it was down around $72 here, so that would be up about $6 in 2 weeks. Amgen, this was alerted on a weekly bull break here, and that's the first bull break alert. No, I take that back. It actually, that's it, first bull break. That's it, first one today. It's pulled back a lot, and I actually have this stock on a pullback list for tomorrow. I call this thing short about $194 today, and it's on my list for tomorrow. Here's your daily candle. Has nothing to do with that big wick on it, but I called it way up here short during the day around 193.70. It bounced to 194, and I shorted it on the way back down. Called it 192.70, excuse me. And when it bounced up to 194, I shorted it just under 193. It's setting up on one of my big indicators today for an interim trend reversal. That don't mean it's selling off. That means I think it's going to pull back a few dollars. This was from yesterday, just continued up today, another 223. It's only up 24 cents from the alert though. I was looking at the daily chart. Hold on. Still 24 cents from the alert, which was up here yesterday, I think. CTLT on the weekly, just kind of making all-time high, so it's hard to know how far they're going. You got a weekly breakout on Facebook, and that's really from all this consolidation, so that's probably fairly strong. Up 394 off that breakout. That triggered this morning right at the open. It's only up 398 for the whole day. I'll let you look at the daily on Facebook there. I know you know how to do it. We actually don't even have because this big gap down, I don't even have a bull zone alert yet on Facebook. That would be up here on the daily. Although I'm sure we've already had a trend reversal on Facebook on our shorter term other alerts that we run on our premium alert service. Got hog continued today, still on the, hadn't really broke out yet, came up yesterday I believe. MLM, this is a reappearance. It came up several weeks ago. This is what we try to show you this for right out here. The big green, the big red bar at the top to tell you when they went into the weekly bull zone or bear zone. So this is already broke. This is a re-break. So it's not as good as the first break. That's why I want you to be able to see when we go through these. Now this is probably fine. It broke out. It rested a week at resistance and now it's pushing on up. And it maintained its strength level. That's this yellow line right here. Stayed strong even in the resting week. This was from yesterday. Another green day today, up 95 cents more today. RMD broke out at this level this morning on a big gap up. So you don't see the gap in here. This stock opened way up here. So the P&L that's reflected on a gap up stock is from the price level, and obviously you'd have had no opportunity to have traded that. You would have had an opportunity to call it on the alert, and then when it ran up during the day from the open from $98.96 to a high of $105, you might have been looking at it if you were on our premium alert service. And this is one of our 475 stocks that we scan on the premium alert service. We scan 5,000 stocks on this video for you. We go from $3 to $400. I know some of you might watch and say, well, my favorite stock broke out today. We've got requirements of 20-day volume at 500,000 shares on a 20-day average on the daily. So if some stock doesn't have that, then it can't show up on this list. We have some other criteria in there as well. GMO, a second day on the list. This stock was a gap up stock, so this is kind of disregard this one. There's something going on there. We talked about it yesterday. VRX actually triggered yesterday. It's up 597 from this price on the trigger price. And the reason I know it triggered yesterday because it's only up 467 today. And it's up 597 since the trigger. So this stock triggered yesterday on a bull zone, made a $5 profit today. This is your daily on VRX. We gave you a daily bull zone break yesterday on the video. And it broke out toward the end of the day yesterday, right in this 161 area. and it broke out on the bull zone on the weekly here at 160, so about the same time. Yesterday actually broke out a little earlier on the weekly, and then you had this big update today. So if you were a subscriber to our premium alert service, you'd have known this during the market yesterday, because this is for sure on our 475 stock list, and I day trade this quite often. You would have already known that this was breaking out, and you might have decided to take a long position, or you might have decided to take an option position. Sometimes they can be real pricey, but sometimes they're not. Really great move today, another $4.67. Workday, it's been moving up here really nicely. This is the daily. Now this broke out, way back here. It just on the weekly triggered at 115.92. That was today. It's up $1.91 today, up $1.29 since it broke out, so that was today. This was also these highs from the past. 116.96 is that number, and the reason I know is this has been on my long list for about 3 days, and I actually got an option position in it that started on Friday evening at the close. On Friday, this closed at 114.11 right before the bell. Took option on a 115 call, and we're at 117 now. And I hope this breaking out this old high here, that this thing may get some momentum tomorrow, and I'll probably liquidate that position either tomorrow or the next day. That winds up the weeklies. We'll be moving into the dailies and going through those charts. Not a big list today. We'll get this wound down. While you're here, be sure to subscribe to our channel and follow us on Twitter or StockTwits at Daytrader Setups. And our website is daytradersetups.com and swingtradersetups.com. Don't forget, this video is being brought to you by our premium alerts at swingtradersetups.com. They're real-time alerts. They're posted on our website, and we're looking at our bull zone weekly and daily breakouts, and our bear zone weekly and daily breakouts that are in one category on the website. And there are other categories that are more aggressive for the more active trader as well. And by having a subscription to that service, you get all these alerts intraday as they happen, and one subscription gets you access to everything, as well as our chart system. If you would like to get it, I can set you up a couple of different ways to have the green and pink lines available for your charts as you review. Let's go forward. EPC broke here actually the other day, had this little inside day, still closed itself back below that line, so it's back on the bear zone again. You need to wait and see what it does here. Don't forget you got this support line down here. Okay, AIG, which is a kind of crappy chart in stock, but big, nice, strong day today. It's been breaking the bull zone as it's worked its way up through here. It breaks a bull zone, goes a little higher, creates a new bull zone, breaks it again, chops around, another new bull zone. These are higher bull zones each time that it breaks, but we really want to catch the first out of the base. So this was really the first indication of it trying to break. It's not been pretty, but today it got excited. I don't know if it had earnings or what it had. It also pushed through the 200-day. This could be setting up for, and it's in a pretty good weekly. This has been trending for weeks up. It just, the daily candles just look so bad. BC broke out way back here, so this is just continuing up. Nothing new there. First day, BMRN, not a big day, but first day breaking out, picked up some momentum yesterday, broke through this trend line. If you drew, you went across these candles today. And it's coming up through the 200 week, which is tempted many times. I don't day trade this stock. It's kind of volatile. Could be setting up to finally make a move here. It's been here for a long time. And if you look at the weekly, it's been here for a long, long time. Put your trend line across these candles. May not be out of that yet, so if it starts to break, it may get stuck there again. Just a trend line across these couple of candles on the weekly, it's not clear there yet. So you definitely need to do that here and there. Failed it, failed it, failed it. So it's got to get out above. What you really want to see is next week this thing break out above this, retest it, and then take you along. Setups don't mean you trade them today. A lot of times on the daily you do. Big day on this stock here today. This actually broke back down here when we first showed it to you and just based for 5 days and then rebroke again today. Now it did calculate itself up higher today than it was down here the first time, but that's a pretty big move there. BX just slightly trying to break out again. Now the original break was way back here, so I don't find this that interesting way up here. Checkpoint, first day, building momentum for 2 days, and actually has the lows on my trend stability holding this line up. So this could finally be trying to get out of this area here. And again, draw you some trend lines. Trend lines are huge. You'd be amazed how many times the stock runs right into a trend line and absolutely stops. Here's your weekly. It's been in this long base for a while. On your longer term swing traders now, you need to look at your weeklies. That's part of the best chart to take a swing trade on is actually a weekly. And you make your decision on the weekly chart for the bigger trend. The dailies can be working into a weekly, and they can work into multiple day trades. This one originally broke way back here, so you've had a multiple day trade there. So this is a continuation pattern, so I would call this a chase. It's also been in the weekly bull zone. Just as it progresses, it keeps staying above the newer plotted one. So it's just in an uptrend. FGN is a pretty strong looking candle comparatively speaking. Broke into the bull zone today. That's a pretty assertive break. Obviously took out the trend line actually yesterday. If you had a trend line on this chart, I'm sure it cleared right about here. And it probably did exactly what I just told you on another chart. Yep, you want to break the trend line and retest it, and that's what I just showed you on a weekly chart or another daily chart. That's a good thing. You got a strong day, you break out of the trend, you come back and pin it, and immediately accelerate. That's the kind of stuff you want to see. If you're hitting a trend line, you're watching the stock, maybe you're in a stock, hit a trend line, you get out. Put your alert on your trend line. When you can open above that trend line, especially when you can retest it, this is strong indicator. Just a continuation of this long move here. Nothing special there. That's not really a break. This thing got into some chatter today. It was all over the place. I remember one of the guys in the room shorting this pop or something. Not really what I try to put out in the room at all, but he just threw the symbol out there, didn't say short, figure it out for yourself kind of thing. And that's because he knows not really what I advocate the way we trade, but it did pull back, and I'm telling you that because of the chatter is what moved it. May move again tomorrow. IR just still to me in this base If you drew a trend line, it hadn't broke the trend line. MDCO has broken a trend line. It has now accelerated itself into the bull zone on the weekly. It's up. That happened this morning at 29.12, up $1.35 from the intraday alert, $1.66 for the day. This is a daily chart. So it's broke out of all this base. That's a pretty strong breakout and got through the 50-day. It's just like a trend line. That's all a moving average is a floating trend line. Broke the trend, retested it. Also, you're right above the support line. Got through there yesterday. So nice breakout. This could definitely have a continuation, and I'm actually going to watch this tomorrow. Big day here. This actually broke out way down here on our bulls on alert back days and days and days and days and days ago, first of the month, along with many other stocks. It's also went into the weekly bull zone that week and just continued on up. It's in its fourth week now. And the weekly bull zone break was right down here, dollar wise. So that was right here. And the daily bull zone break was right here on this candle. So that's a $10 move in 2 weeks, 3 weeks. 3 weeks. Netflix earnings yesterday, big gap up. Day traded this today. One of the guys was shorting it early this morning, which he likes to work harder than I do. He works them in and out. He's more of a scalper on something like that, and he don't put them in the room. He just says, hey, this is a short, and he worked it all day. I called it long and put alert on 249.12 if I remember right. And when it went off on the alert, then I watched what it was doing, and it actually pulled back. And then it came back up, and I had a call on it around 55, 56 cents. Got long, made about 75 cents, let it pull back, hit it again, and ran it for about $1.50 the second time. There's your 2-hour chart. Gapped up, pulled back, and rode sideways here for the day. Monster earnings yesterday. Y'all all know that. Ringo barely breaking here. This is a choppy kind of trader. I think you probably have to be a gold trader to trade that thing. Big gap up on this stock this morning. I think this was on our weekly break actually. Yeah, it was on the weekly. So on the weekly, the candle we were looking at right here was actually a gap up, and I didn't even look at the daily to realize that we were talking about it. So it's way up here, but we did talk about that, the gap, because I remember talking about it went in about $5 after the open. Got two more here. VEEV coming up through the 200-day. And it's had a little momentum here for several days, and has got a little breakout going here. I actually like this bull zone break better than I like this one back here. And WLTW up through the 50-day today after consolidating here for several days underneath. And broke that bull zone about the time it broke the 50-day today, just after. And a pretty nice breakout there. And I hadn't looked at this on the intraday. That would have been a great trade, even for a day trader on that breakout. And I might watch that stock tomorrow as well. That's all I got for you. Thanks for watching. Follow us on Twitter, follow us on Stock Twitch, subscribe to our channel.